Hey everyone, I'm Jason Ross Jr. and I'll be taking you through this week's edition of the LTU Sports Report. The school year is starting back up soon, which means we've got you covered with everything that's happening here at Lawrence Tech. Coming up on today's show, we'll be featuring practice reports from the men's and women's soccer team, conditioning tips, student interviews, and tons more. So don't go anywhere. Coming up first, we've got the men's soccer team getting ready for their upcoming season. We were able to catch up with them for this week's practice report.
So we're already a week behind schedule with getting stuff done. The biggest thing, honestly, is just going to be wearing masks while training and trying to maintain social distancing throughout practice and just to try to keep each other safe. Jumping into a season with having to worry about spreading a disease like COVID, we never have to deal with that. It's an unfortunate circumstance, but we're ready to work around it.
The off-season has been very difficult this year, unfortunately, due to the pandemic. A lot of the summer league teams were canceled, a lot of the leagues were canceled, and a lot of us were left on our own to have to train. So it came with a lot of discipline, getting every day, having the discipline to go out and do work on your own to make sure that you're ready for the season. So in that case, it's been very different, having to do things by yourself rather than in a team environment.
Going into the season, we're going to take it like any other season. We're going to train hard preseason and take advantage of not having games. As for a season still being up in the air, we're supposed to have games in October, and we're still going to train like we have games so we can train and get mentally fit and physically fit in order to be the best we can even during all this unprecedented events.
So there are a lot of uncertainties with the season. There are going to be a lot of distractions every single day. So all the student athletes are going to have to do a daily health screening. There's a lot of different procedures that are needed to be done, and this can come as a huge distraction. So the key really is to take everything one step at a time, one day at a time, doing everything you can to stay healthy and safe, and along with that, to do everything you can to work hard in training and be ready for the season when it does come.
I think I can say for all of us, I think we're all ready to just get back and play some soccer. So with all the COVID stuff, a lot of the summer leagues were canceled. Our season in the spring ended early, which was quite unfortunate. The biggest thing we're all looking forward to is just getting back together with each other and seeing each other again after a long time away.
If you're still looking for ways to get stronger and build muscle, then don't go anywhere because Coach Brian Whiting takes us through another one of his strength and conditioning tips. Let's check it out.
Got another push-up finish for you today. 5-second negative with a 5-second pause. Do as many as you can until you completely fail. Get after it.
Next up, we check in with LTU student interview, see how she stayed motivated throughout school and balanced softball with schoolwork.
I'm Sydney Schultz, and I'm going into my 5th year at Lawrence Tech. Throughout softball, it is school and softball. You wake up, go to weights, go to practice, go to class, go to extra training, go to another class, do homework. That's the process. And you kind of rely on your teammates to get you through that. I'm going into construction management, and at our job today, we had a lot going on. So we really had to rely on each other. Signing the letter was definitely the closing of the book, the confirmation of it all. But it really hit me when my coach my freshman year, she had reached out to me that she's going to be starting a program at Lawrence Tech and wants me to come play for her. And at this time, I was second semester my senior year of high school, super late on the recruiting process. I was kind of lost what I wanted to do. I'm like, you know what? I know my skill level. I know what I can do, and it just doesn't look too good for me. So when she reached out to me, that was probably the turning point. You definitely have to go there a couple times, because I only went there and I saw it at night. You gotta go and you gotta see the whole campus. You gotta see the whole experience. The fact that I had gained so many true relationships throughout the process. You learn teamwork through athletics, yes. My closest friends in my major are also athletes. That's a true perk at Lawrence Tech. Honestly, the biggest thing is focus. The focus you need to have. Our practices sometimes are 3 hours long. And to just roll over that focus mode right into class, it is really helpful. I would not change a thing. I love where I went. I love my team. I love the team that we've become. I love my classmates. I feel I have a lot of genuine memories.
Women's soccer is back. We go inside their practice to see what their upcoming season has in store.
We stopped practicing when spring break came, so in early March. And after we had this idea to implement families, so our team is split up into 5 different families, and there's like 4 to 5 to 6 people on each family. So we made it kind of a competition. So we just really focused on running fitness tests, running for fun, FaceTiming each other, and just doing things like that to stay in contact and hold each other accountable through the off season.
Because it's been so different, we haven't had as many two-a-days, but it's still a lot of work on our bodies. So it's basically just taking care, having the time off, and not being afraid to ask upperclassmen questions, whether it's about classes or just stuff to do around the area.
Seeing all dresses playing with masks, it's definitely difficult to breathe, but we're getting through it. And today we got these gaiters, so we're really excited for those because it's definitely easier to breathe. And then we have a lot of great freshmen that came in. We have 8 freshmen in all different kinds of positions, and they look really good so far. So we're really excited to see how they can impact our team. I think overall, everyone's just really excited to be together, and we're happy to be back on the field. We feel very lucky to be here, and we're definitely taking advantage of that.
I think the enthusiasm first day was very different. Nobody had really kicked a ball for months and months, and not as a group. So that was a little different, but even in the second practice, you could see there was a different level of intensity. People starting to get to know each other. As I say, we're trying to build it nice and slowly and have some fun with it. Different kind of pressure than we would have in previous years, just a slower build. But so far, what we've seen has been great. We've got some good returning players. We've got some very eager freshmen and a lot of talent in between. So we're excited.
We're so happy. We're looking forward to our first game. We already know it's probably going to be on October 1st. So we're just counting down the days. We're trying to get as much practice in as we can and really just focus on winning the first 7 games that we're going to see this fall and then carrying that over into the spring.
Being back with everyone was really excited. I haven't seen them since March. It was good just to see them in person and to be able to touch a ball again and play with all your friends. It was so great.
Our cross-country teams have also returned to campus, and they recently took a little break from the hard work to have some fun at their media day.
Okay, so today is media day for us. Kids are getting their individual pictures to be posted on social media and on the internet, and we're also getting our yearly team pictures. The kids just got on campus last week, got their physicals, and it was great to see everybody because I've been working with them on paper for the summer, but actually seeing them what type of shape they're in from their summer training, I got to witness that this week. I am very, very happy at what I saw. So they did the actual training that I asked them to do.
The spring semester was a little tough just finishing online, but coming into the fall semester was nobody knew what was going to happen, and it's been cool that we got to come back on campus.
I mean, even though they pushed us to the spring, we're still able to practice. We're fortunate that a lot of the other bigger schools, the NCAAs, they all canceled their seasons and ours got postponed. So there's a lot of students that had an opportunity to come to Lawrence Tech that went to other schools that are basically aren't competing this year, and we're still practicing and competing, so I was pretty happy about that.
Going into the spring semester, it's going to be kind of a challenge just because we have to stay motivated for not having any races for the whole fall semester, staying motivated for the spring and being able to keep our eyes on the prize.
Well, the nice thing about cross country is that with us being runners that we're very easily social distancing. We'll do our stretches and our masks, but once we actually go out and run around this town here, we're able to keep our 6-foot distance, and since people don't like wearing their masks, they'll keep the 6-foot distance.
Now we check back in with Coach Brian Whiting for another strength and conditioning tip.
Core blaster number 4 for you today. We're gonna do high to low plank, 10 reps, then immediately go to split crunch, 10 reps each side, and then right into Russian twist, 15 each side. 3 times through that, minimal rest in between. Get after it.
Well, that's our show for this week. Thanks for tuning in. And if you aren't already following us on social media, be sure to do so. Check us out for daily updates and everything that's happening at LTU. I'm your host, Jason Ross Jr. I'll see you right here next week on the LTU Sports Report.